The black box is what local artists and residents call the backside of this public toilet near Basel's Otterbach Grenze, teetering on the border with Germany. The graffiti-kissed black box sits in a wooded area, frequented by joggers and dog walkers, but nearby there's a federal receiving center for refugees and a well-fortified detention center for migrants waiting to be deported.
It was a space that I also used in my free time, and I met some people from the camp, and I was myself surprised that I didn't notice what happens behind the trees.
Almut Remkes is a Basel artist who now runs the No Border Cafe out of the black box, a spot where refugees can grab a cup of tea and have a space to meet.
I thought it would be interesting to open a space that is basically a free assembly space for the people, not only the refugees, maybe also people from the city, and to create an awareness.
Remkes was part of a group painting outside the nearby detention facility on World Migration Day, when refugees began reporting a family wanted to sleep near the black box.
They wanted to be accepted in the camp, but they told them that they should come back the next day. And as they had small kids, and also otherwise, we thought that we should do something. My first impulse was just to take them to the city center to make it visible.
One of Remkes' group offered to take the family in for the night, but Remkes took it further, publishing a letter on Facebook about the family and other migrants shut out of the center. Soon, shelterless refugees had offers from locals wanting to help, and officials opened another shelter 2 days later.
You can always create a lack of space, so it's always a way of keeping a topic on the news.
Francesca Falk is a political history researcher at the University of Basel. She's guided tours and talks with the black box artists about Swiss immigration and the ideas of borders.
I think there is a problem now because it's not fair. In each region you are treated in a different way, so you can be more or less lucky, and there is always this lack of spaces. But also I think there is a difficulty in having just central places, because it's also important to integrate them.
The Otterbach border crossing sits along a thin road into Germany, lined on one side by elevated train tracks. Within a kilometer of the trees around the black box, there's an open field, the detention center, surrounded by concertina wire, and a migration center with a playground out front.
Sì, io si chiamo Mickey.
Mickey is a refugee from Kosovo and has been in Switzerland just 3 weeks, but on the road for 12 years. He is Roma, and each of his 4 children has been born in another country, a consequence of his nomadic search for asylum. He helped make a batch of tea in an old stove outside the black box.
He thanks the people who work here, because people are not the same everywhere, and here he thanks the people that they do good things.
Mickey and a handful of others gathered around the old stove for warmth and tea. Others came to pick through a pile of donated clothes.
For me, it's very friendly here. It's good. You feel good.
Boualem is from Algeria. He says he walked for 3 months to Switzerland from Greece, applying for asylum. He says his Canadian girlfriend will meet him here so he can start a new life as a Christian, after being threatened, he says, by his Muslim family back home. It was his first time at the black box.
Switzerland people here, he make friends with the foreigner, and he give him time to eat or drink, or he have problem. He told him that is what the people, the foreigner, come here. He don't want money, and your heart is closed. Just you open your heart and you be my friend and finish.
The work of Almut Remkes and others at the Black Box has evolved over the years, but the latest publicity in helping refugees by way of Facebook has lifted the group's profile. Locals have donated more clothes and shown more interest in what happens far from the city center. But Remkes says she doesn't want to be a charity and have refugees think it's a charity. She says just by being in the space, doing projects, then people can become people again.